Prime News on HLN, and now a Prime News parent alert. Is your child using household products to get high? Do you think your child's not doing it? Look at this study. Study just released says 1 out of 5 school-age kids abuse inhalants. This isn't kids will be kids stuff. This is serious. We're talking about permanent brain damage, memory loss, even death. And what's really scary, most parents miss the warning signs. How do you know if your child's at risk? We'll take your calls, comments, questions, 1-877-TEL-HLN's the number. And joining me to talk about this, Ashley Upchurch, 17-year-old, recovering addict from this. I can't thank her enough for sharing her story. And also with us, Rochelle Gardner, a clinical director of adolescent service. Thanks you guys so much. And Ashley, I'll start with you. Again, thank you for sharing your story. So how did this all begin for you, and how old were you?
I was at the young age of 11 or 12 when I started using inhalants regularly, and it led into other drugs as well. I used them in combination with each other to enhance the highs that they complement each other, and then eventually I started getting in trouble with the law, and I got court-ordered to go to Fairbanks Treatment Facility in Indianapolis when I was 15, so a couple of years after I had started using drugs and inhalants. And they taught me about the consequences of what these drugs can do to me. They talked about the memory loss. They talked about, you know, that it can freeze your lungs. They talked about how the first hit can be fatal and how it can kill you on the first hit. And I didn't realize those things.
So life spun out of control for you pretty quick. So if you started 11 or 12, by 15 you're in a treatment center?
Yep.
Okay, so why? Were there schoolmates, friends that told you about this? Hey, Ashley, give this a try. Is that how it started?
I think that, yeah, I mean, the older kids told me about it, but in the end, ultimately, it was my decision. I chose to continue using it. People had warned me. A couple of my friends got in car accidents using it, but I continued to use it. I ignored the consequences. I ignored what I saw was going on around me until I came to treatment and I learned a little bit more.
Well, what was the first thing you tried, Ashley, and what was the feeling?
It was air duster. It comes in a can. It cleans your keyboards. The feeling that I felt numb. It was a lot like other drugs. It made me act out of character. It made me do things I would have never done. It was very quick, 30 seconds to a minute. So when it was over, nobody had any idea I was doing drugs at all.
Rochelle, let me get you in on that, because I know parents are watching this one really keen on what could be a warning sign. So there Ashley just said it was over 30 seconds. What warning sign could a parent pick up?
Well, it's really hard for parents to see it, other than looking for if they're finding, you know, unused or lots of used cans of air duster, or air freshener seems to be a big substance that kids huff. You know, if their moods have changed, if their friends have changed, you know, they kind of look, during the effects of it, they look like they're drunk. They have like a drunken stupor to them. They have glassy eyes. Those are kind of the immediate symptoms or signs that people would see.
But Ashley, doesn't last that long. So it's not like you're in this stupor for a couple hours. How long did it last?
30 seconds
30 seconds to a minute. So, okay, so that's going on, and you experienced this high. So then you mentioned, what other drugs did you try from there?
I did a combination of many different drugs. You name it.
So beyond the inhalants, then was that the gateway? Did the inhalants lead to more the illegal drug use?
Yeah.
Okay, so the high of that opened the door for the other highs. Was there a rock bottom for you, Ashley?
Yeah, definitely.
What was that?
I was arrested for many different drug charges, and I had 2 options. It was either get sober or die, and I knew that those were my options. And like I said, I was 15, so you can tell that there was no slow progression for me. It really did come to the lowest rock bottom.
Ashley, I'll ask you this, Rochelle, as well, but I'll start with you, Ashley. What do you want to tell parents? If you were looking a parent in the eye, what's your warning to them?
My warning would be, it doesn't discriminate. I think that needs to be remembered. It doesn't matter if your child's an honor roll student or a cheerleader or a basketball player. It does not discriminate. If somebody, you know, introduces it to them, they will probably try it. And that they need to look for the signs, even if they think with the, you know, from the bottom of their heart that their child's not the one who would do it.
Rochelle, are parents getting it, or are they blowing this off?
I don't know that they understand the significance of it, you know, young kids are looking for, you know, risk-taking behaviors, and it probably starts off as, you know, my friend told me this was, you know, really fun to do. We need to be really talking to our kids about the harmful effects of it, because it can damage, you know, their vital organs as well.
Yeah, and Ashley said it, first hit could be fatal.
Absolutely.
Man, okay, we're going to continue this conversation and talk to a father whose daughter died from this. Stay with us for that.